Imagine that you are living inside of a box in somebody else's mind. In this video, I'm going to dive into the superego. And before you potentially run away from this because you hear the word superego and maybe you're having a hard time with a lot of the psychological lingo that I throw out there, this goes back to Freudian psychology, psychoanalytic theory, the id, the ego, and the superego. And for people that had a survival-based childhood with fight, flight, freeze, fawn, they likely developed a fucked up superego. But it goes deeper than that. Not only did they develop a fucked up superego, they're likely attracted to people that also developed a fucked up superego because, again, like attracts like. Whatever it is that you learned, you're going to be attracted to. That's just the way that it is. But what you might not be aware of, if this is the case for you, is that you're living inside of somebody else's box. This is not good or bad or right or wrong, and quite honestly, from everything that I've learned, I'm not claiming fact or truth here. From a psychological standpoint, we are all living in boxes. Some of us are aware of it. Some of us are unaware of it. Some of us have created bigger boxes for ourselves. That's just the way that it is. Now, the theme of this video is to help people understand that a lot of people, and specifically those that are unaware of all of these dynamics, unaware of the id, the ego, the superego, unaware of survival-based childhoods with fight, flight, freeze, fawn, they are likely the ones that are settling for boundary violating relationships. But that's because it was normalized for them in their survival-based childhood. But yeah, imagine that you are living inside of somebody else's box. The superego is the shoulds and should nots. It's the black or white reality. Think about it this way. I might have a better example than this down the line, but I'll use this for now. When you go bowling, if you've ever gone bowling, maybe you don't even like bowling, I don't know. But when you go bowling, you have a choice to put up bumpers on the side that keep you in the lane. And you have a choice, depending on how frisky you feel, to not have those bumpers and to either suck shit at bowling and have your ball go into the gutter every single fucking time. You can have either or. The superego is essentially the bumpers that go up, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that, oh, you should do that, oh, you should do that. And some people's superegos can get severely fucked up from a fucked up childhood. And now, the fascinating thing is that if that is the case, if your superego was fucked up from a severely fucked up childhood, the likelihood that you developed a fucked up superego is very high. Not only that, the likelihood that you're also attracted to people that fit that true to form concept of reality is very high. The superego is mainly from the family of origin, but it is also influenced by society, the media, all these. But the fascinating thing is that if this is what you learned was a fucked up superego, the likelihood that you just see that as normal because society normalizes it, the media normalizes it, is very high. The likelihood that you are simultaneously in a fucked up relationship, and not only that, but maybe even unaware of living inside of somebody else's box is very high. Now that I got that out of the way, yeah, there are a lot of people out there that are unknowingly living and behaving inside of somebody else's box because it's comfortable and familiar to what they learned in childhood. And you could take any idea you want to, religious ideas, non religious ideas, whatever it is. If you were raised in survival with fight, flight, freeze, fawn, you didn't develop with healthy boundaries, individuation, and differentiation. What does that mean? That means that the likelihood that your sense of direction in life was severely crippled by a fucked up superego. It means that you likely learned that because your fucking grandparents or your great grandparents or so on and so forth, uh, they weren't successful, they couldn't be successful. That means that the same applies to you and that you're not allowed to be successful. And then it would, of course, be seen as like a fucking act of rebellion to go against that grain, even though it's literally just a part of the box of that superego. But no, then you've got like a massive fuck you on your shoulder, and it's like, well, I'm going to take this down. I'm going to show you all that this is not the way that it is. You can do that. You can do that all you want. I'm most interested in becoming aware of the box, as many people are very unaware of the box. And not only that, but while your boundaries are being violated by somebody that in and of itself is comfortable and familiar to you from childhood, you are simultaneously more than likely violating, maybe even like subtly. And I'll use the word subtly for now because it's a matter of not being aware of it. But once you are aware of all the unhealthy and fucked up dynamics, you'd see it for what it is and be like, holy shit, I'm violating this person's form of personal expression simply because I heard from my parents, from my grandparents, from my fucking great grandparents, from my fucking great great grandparents that behavior or that form of self expression is just not acceptable. Yeah, it's the whole fucking lineage. It goes way back. But to finalize on that argument, many people, especially the people that are unaware of it, are in these boundary violating relationships. And it's not just in romantic relationships, it's also platonic. If it's the way that you are, it's what you are going to attract in other people. It doesn't matter if you're in bed with them or not. It doesn't matter. What matters is that that is how you were marred and scathed. You were brought into a family system that you did not ask to be brought into, as far as I'm aware, as far as I think we're all quite honestly very unaware of. But I mean, that's the reality. Don't really need to fact check that because, anyway, yeah, the whole fucking lineage. Like, look at the whole line of like the fucked up boundaries and the fucked up superego shit of, oh, you should do this, oh, you shouldn't do that, oh, you shouldn't venture into entrepreneurship with entrepreneurial dynamics and try to be successful in any endeavor because, oh, I tried to do that when the fucking Great Depression came around, and man, did it slap me across my soul, you know? Just, for matter of humor, but simultaneously respecting the unfortunate events that unfolded during those times. I get it. I'm not here to make fun of anybody. What I'm here to do is to illustrate something that I personally believe a lot of people do not understand. And it's quite honestly sad that they don't understand it because, like, imagine, imagine living in a jail cell while being simultaneously unaware that you are in a jail cell. That's essentially what this is. Your freedom of free human agency, your capacity to express yourself as you so choose to, with your free human agency, is essentially being violated. It's being limited. But You don't know any different because that's how you were raised, and that's how you were raised, so that's what you're attracted to. You can express yourself how you so choose to. And I see all the time, usually people that are emotionally unhealthy, lack healthy boundaries, that lack a healthy and necessarily developed ego state that would define themselves, that would determine themselves, meaning they would be self-determined. No, they give their free human agency away to other people. I'm going to let you tell me what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to let you tell me what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to let you tell me what I'm not supposed to do. I'm going to let you tell me what I'm not supposed to do. Uh, I mean, uh, quite honestly, bland and boring as fuck. Um, Giving your free human agency away to other people, and not just other people. I'm also going to say uh, a potential higher power or deity that where's your evidence? First and foremost, thank you. Anything that has already been provided is, in my honest opinion, not sufficient enough. Um, I'm not claiming fact or truth or anything, but that's the reality of it. What are you giving yourself to, and why? What are you allowing to be the fucking remote controller of your free human agency? Are you giving it away to somebody else? Are you aware that you're actually allowed to express yourself as you so choose to, but because you were raised in survival with fight, flight, freeze, fawn, and a fuck ton of people that lack the shit out of very necessary healthy boundaries, essentially put you in cuffs in childhood and was like, you'll do as I say because I know the way. Do you, Karen, with all of your fucked upness and your unhealed shit from your childhood that was brought onto you by your fucked up parents and their parents and so on and so forth? You probably don't. But the unfortunate reality of that is that because the child doesn't know any better and they're just looking for guidance, that like they were at a point when they couldn't differentiate between their fucking mouth and their butthole, you know, they're still just looking for guidance. So what are they going to do? Well, under the, I'll call it, authoritarian regime of their fucking likely narcissistic parents in survival with fight, flight, freeze, fawn, they're going to do what their parents say. Even if they do at some point try to rebel with a no. And that's the unfortunate reality. So maybe you were raised that way and you had cuffs thrown on you at a very early point because you were taught that dressing a certain way is fucking naughty. Yikes. Uh, you know, I want to end off with this because I think this is very important to say. People out there that lack confidence, I'll call it healthy confidence just for the sake of the argument, their boundaries or their forms of self-expression in childhood were likely fucking obliterated. What does this mean? This means that any time that they wanted to make their own decision for themselves, that was slapped out of them by their parent, their parents. So what did that teach them, though, essentially? That teach them to give their free human agency in the form of self-expression away to their parents, who quite honestly did not know how to raise them in a healthy way. And I get it. I might get a bunch of fucking I don't know what's the word from it. Pushback, blowback, whatever it doesn't matter what it is. I understand that there are a lot of people that are like, oh yeah, but if you turn to this page and you read this thing, it'll tell you should. No, irrelevant. Completely fucking irrelevant. Uh, you are naughty under the higher power's eyes if you dress. It's noise. It's fucking noise. Um, the healthiest, most confident individuals are the ones that either one have done the fucking work on themselves. Well, pretty much both, because even if you had a healthy childhood, there was still some level of marring and scathing that took place. And there was still some work that needed to be done to develop yourself into a healthier individual. But the reality is, children that were raised in healthy childhoods they got the boundaries, the individuation, and the differentiation to be able to make confident decisions for themselves. And these are the people that you see making confident decisions for themselves. And they don't have to think twice. They don't have to go to all these different people and be like, hey, can I do this? Hey, can I do? No, they have that taken care of for themselves. So again, just to end off, if you were raised in survival, the likelihood that you have entered yourself into a relationship where you're actually comfortably and familiarly, I think I said that right, familiar. Anyway, living inside of a box in somebody else's mind with a bunch of fucked up shoulds and should nots is very high. My question is, are you aware of it or not? And simultaneously, I have to say, you deserve better. You can do better. It would require you to turn around a lot of things in your life. But yeah, you probably likely learned that a bunch of things that you should see as unacceptable are quite honestly just a matter of somebody else's verbal fucking diarrhea or vomit of some half-baked fucking opinion. And that's all that it is. There's no truth or fact marked on it. It's just some bullshit fucking distorted lineage down passing of regurgitation. That's all it is. But it's unfortunate that so many people live that way.